博物園に立ち寄ってみたいです。
僕はアーティファクトバザールに行きたい。
全部いっぺんに済ませるのは難しいな。よし、食事しながらプランを練るとするか。少し行ったところにうまい鶏料理を出す店があるんだ。
さすがユウくん、抜け目ない。
ふん、任せろ。冒険後のサポート。
Yo, our boy Yuke better watch out because he's heading for one of those situations to where, you know, all the party members are pregnant and ready to have kids, and he's like, you know, they all come to an agreement of like they'll just all share a different part of Yuke. You know what I mean? Like he better watch out because that's what he's fast traveling to right now. He's fast traveling to a future where they ain't leaving him, right? Because like they all have a different relationship with Yuke. Now, the one interesting thing about that thought, though, is we just got done watching episode number 4, but I was watching the ED, and I've seen it before, but I haven't really like, you know, sometimes you watch something, but you don't like really pay attention to it. Like you've seen it, but you don't like, you're not like really like over absorbing it or anything like that. I was watching it and I was like, oh, there's another member. There's some cat girl that ends up joining the party too. So there's a reality where he has 4 dark elf, beast girl, and then 2 human girls in his harem of party or whatever. Anyways, though, this episode was pretty good. I don't want to overpraise the episode, you know, very much, but at the same time, it was a good episode. I really enjoy this overflow narrative that they have, essentially finding and defeating a lot of these monsters that are overflow from like other dungeons that shouldn't be in certain parts or certain ranks or certain dungeons that they're taking a part of. I actually kind of dig that kind of story. The one thing that kind of like takes us off the rails a little bit of that is like there's so many adventures, there's so many parties, there's so many people doing these things that's like, okay, well, why is it that only Yuke's party is coming across this stuff? Now, of course, it's, you know, it's MC Magic, it's main character, you know, it's, you know, it gives off all, you know, of course it's them because they're the main characters, but it's one of those things where you start thinking of the world a little more broadly. You're like, well, it's kind of impossible if these things are truly an overflow that their party is the only one that's happened to come across these now 2 different times, these 2 different beasts. But regardless, like I said, this episode was enjoyable. I think this episode was probably like a 7.5 out of 10. One of the things I liked quite a bit is it established sponsorships and like affiliates in this world. They're currently doing a video for this brand, I guess, called Earthy. Essentially, they're ones that supply weapons and armors and artifacts and stuff to not players, but to adventurers. So it kind of established the fact that, oh yeah, okay, there's a brand out there, much like this world, where, you know, if you get enough recognition, you know, they'll reach out to work with you. So they have now decided they've consummated a deal to where they'll do a video for them through one of their adventures, wearing their gear, wearing their brand, and, you know, they'll complete a quest doing that, and that happened to be a quest that they so happen to also come across this overflow thing. So this Earthy brand is going to be really hype about it because not only did they complete the quest in their gear, they won, and they almost like, you know, like it was like near death experience, but they did it in their gear so they can say like, hey, do you want to you know, do you want to defeat impossible odds, Earthy? You know what I mean? So I think that's a pretty cool thing to establish. Also, I really enjoyed, you know, I kind of mentioned it already, but I also really enjoyed the fact that Yuke is beginning to see Marina and Rain and Silk more as women versus these like little girls that he had in his mind before, especially since he learned their ages and how he's not far off from them, especially with Rain, our main little mage girl as well too. So I do enjoy that. I like seeing a little fan service, you know, very subtle, very little tasteful fan service, which is just the girls in, you know, like cosplayed in some different outfits that they had. I really enjoyed that as well too. And then the fight was pretty good. You know, I like how Yuke ended up getting taken out by like this dark magic. And he had like a curse placed on him, and you know, thankfully through healing and everything else, he got back in action just in time to save the girls, and through the power of all of them together, they were able to overcome this really crazy enemy who was able to do enchantments and enchants and able to do his own powers and stuff too. A really crazy enemy, I thought, but they were able to collaborate together and overcome this enemy, which I thought was a really, really cool, again, a cool little nod and everything as well too. So definitely really, really enjoyed all of this episode. And then at the end of the episode, they all agreed to go on a date. They all want to go see different things in this town that they're in, again, for this brand that they're representing here, which is probably where we'll start next episode. And the next episode, they'll probably bring back in the weird, what do you call it? Noble guy, the one who's been after them for a while. And he's been like behind the scenes with Yuke's old party. They'll probably bring some of that back in, maybe, you know, maybe next episode or sometime during next episode, but we'll probably be that will probably be around the corner as well too. So yeah. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. Good episode. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was the best episode ever, but there was a lot of things I liked about the episode. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next week as we roundhouse kick our way into episode 5. Episode 5 next week. So yeah, I'll see you then, my friends. Have a good weekend. Peace.